We know we ask a lot from our patron and support network, and we are always so grateful for your generosity. In these challenging times, it's even harder to raise the funding we need to serve our community and achieve our goals. So we're always looking for new ways to maintain our revenue without adding additional burdens to our supporters. Today, we're excited to share a great opportunity that can really help our community and requires no additional out-of-pocket from you. We've partnered with the Liberty Company Insurance Brokers and their Liberty Cares program. Liberty Cares is simple. You already make monthly payments for your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, or for your business. For every line of insurance you move to Liberty, they will donate 25% of the commissions they receive on your policies back to our cause. And under this special partnership arrangement, that donation will come to us again and again every year you keep your policy with Liberty. Often, you'll be able to move your insurance into this program simply by signing one form. It's that easy. The Liberty Company is one of the nation's largest insurance brokers, and they've won a number of recognitions for their excellent operations and workplace culture, so you can rest assured that you will be well taken care of. If you would like to learn more about how this new partnership with Liberty can help turn your insurance dollars into much-needed funds for our community, please visit libertycompany.com/libertycares or shoot them an email at libertycares@libertycompany.com. And please be sure to let them know that you're part of our community so that they will credit the benefit of your policies back to our organization. Your ongoing support is much appreciated, so thank you in advance.
Hey everyone, welcome. It's Tuesday.
Another Tuesday, and welcome to Mental Wellness Check-In with Navah and
Chrisa.
And I hope you guys have had a healthy and safe weekend and you didn't get too crazy on 4th of July.
Right?
I don't know. It sounded like everyone went crazy.
Well,
was it loud and crazy where you were?
Oh yeah. It sounded like a war zone. It was really bad. And if you were up on a hillside with a view, it was just explosion after explosion. And it was a little unnerving.
I was like, first of all, I was trying to explain to Eddie why there wouldn't be fireworks. Mm-hmm. And then just as I was explaining to him and he was starting to like, what do you mean? There's not going to be fireworks. It just went crazy.
Yeah.
And it was all night. Mm-hmm. It was all night.
Yep.
So it was hard. It was a hard night for the community. It was a hard night for animals. It was a hard night in general. And then the next day it was still going.
It was still going. It was a tough weekend.
Yeah, it was.
I had plans to go to the beach. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But you know, you make do with what you can, and you become flexible, and you try
and it was
to
sunny.
Gears.
It was a wonderful sunny day. We swam
still
all day.
Grateful. We had a beautiful day.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so, God, you know, talking about really hard times. Seems like maybe things this past week got a little heavier. We had some more mandates where things had to shut down because of the COVID restrictions. But, you know, we're doing our best. And that's why we're doing this show, is to help give our community tips and helpful information to have better self-care. And
absolutely. And I think today's show is really important because I don't know about you, but one of the things that has really been like incredibly
difficult,
hard. And for me, I've never really had insomnia, but during these last 4 months, not only have I had terrible insomnia, change in sleep patterns, but I've been having like full night terror nightmares almost every night. And so I was very excited that we were going to bring our next guest on, Rich, who has started an amazing app that we're going to let him talk about, that's specific to helping people sleep better. I think especially special needs parents, we're so used to being sleep deprived. Our kids have these crazy sleep schedules. A lot of the families that I speak to, their kids either are like Eddie, wake up at the crack, or they just wake up throughout the night, or they never go to sleep at all. I know parents that.
But that's also the hard part that must be for a special needs parent is, are you always listening? Are you a light sleeper? Are you wondering if your kid is safe? Are they getting up in the middle of the night? I've heard parents talk about the kids opening the door, or
Mm-hmm.
what are they keeping safe?
I think, honestly, for me, I think for the first year actually, I would say the first 5 years after Eddie was diagnosed, I I was a different kind of parent, so he slept with me. But you're in this constant state of fear of elopement. For me, I was always thinking like, well, what if he got out?
Yeah.
What if and I know parents.
And that's happened to some people in our community.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that that's a huge concern. And but all of this combines to make incredible sleep disturbances. And so that's really the focus of our show today, is how to sleep better. I mean, once you sleep better, you look better, you feel better, your quality of life
better.
Yeah, everything is improved. My husband sleeps probably once, like an hour, I'd say an hour a day, sometimes if he's lucky. So I think he's going to benefit greatly from this. And we're very excited to have Rich King, who sounds like he's coming all the way from England, or maybe he's just English in general. And his company is called Moshi, Moshi. So let's bring Rich on.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Rich.
I am English and I am in England. I am just
wonderful.
outside London. It's like 11 o'clock in the evening here, so the light's kind of low. But it's good to see some sunshine where you guys are. I'm feeling the sunshine, the positivity. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and staying up. And I know it's 3 o'clock here, and we're just excited to have you on and talk about sleep. And
why don't you tell us a little bit about your product and how it can help us get a better night's sleep?
Well, thanks for having me on, and very interesting to hear your stories. They're very similar stories that we hear from the parents and the families that use Moshi. And Moshi is an app that we've created that plays audio stories designed for kids to fall asleep to at bedtime, that help them drift off and relax into a peaceful sleep. They're set in the world of Moshi, which is a fantasy world that we've created with award-winning writers and animators that is designed to focus on the point of sleep where children have had their bedtime story. They've been tucked in, you've given them a kiss, you've talked about the day, and it's in that moment that children really struggle to be left alone when the lights go out. And as parents, we work really hard, we have busy schedules, and it's really important that our kids get a good night's sleep. And Moshi is designed to be played on any phone. It's audio only, so no need for a screen. They're 20, 25-minute stories that are set to music with very gentle, calming narration. And kids curl up, get cozy, snuggle up, listen to the heartwarming stories about our wonderful characters. They close their eyes, and it helps them drift off to sleep. We've been going for about 2 years, and we've had 100 million bedtime stories played since that time. It's been incredible. And the reason that I was very excited about coming to talk to you is because a lot of the feedback that we've had from our parents, we found that there's a very strong community of our users who have children with additional needs, especially children on the spectrum with ADHD. And there's a very strong relationship between, really positive outcomes at bedtime and improvement in sleep, and children with additional needs who are not neurotypical. So I wanted to come and share some information about the app and help you guys maybe understand a bit more about how we can help the families who may be at home struggling, especially at this time during lockdown, with children who are struggling to sleep. And we really feel that Moshi can help.
I think what makes this so wonderful and powerful is that a lot of parents like myself, I have adult children, but we have 3 boys with autism who are at home, and 2 of the 3 are very electronic obsessed. And so a lot of times when you have kids who are doing brain stimulating things at night, it's really difficult. And we have one of our kids has autism and ADHD. So I think something like this would be amazing. I have been weaning Eddie off electronics before sleep. It's really difficult. In this time, it's hard to not give in, because like Rich said, we're all trying to do everything. And when you put a kid to sleep, you're going to go back and forth because they're going to be getting up and all this. So to have something like this, where it's both stimulating in the sense that they're not just sitting in the dark, trying to decide when they can come and disrupt their parents, or having something where it's still, they're doing something, it's interactive, somebody's talking to them, but it's soothing enough where they are going to fall off to sleep. I think it's brilliant.
Can you give an example of what a story might be like?
Yeah, absolutely. So just before I do that, I think just to your point there, that's really the magic of Moshi.
Yes.
It gives children something to engage with that they look forward to without stimulating them.
Exactly.
And, I think a lot of parents have, especially the last 3 or 4 months, have had that issue where a device with a screen has become part of everyday life, and screen time has increased. There have been lots of reports that show that. But because the app is audio and the stories are audio, children can have that moment where they have something for them without the need to look at a screen.
Right. And their eyes are closed, they're relaxing.
And it powers their imagination. And, the sleep experts and the psychologists that we've worked with to develop our stories tell us very clearly that the power of the imagination, it makes children feel comfortable. They close their eyes, they drift off, and their imagination takes them into the world of Moshi as they're guided through the stories. And that helps them fall asleep. So how do our stories work? Well, a traditional story would have a beginning, a couple of plot points that rise in tempo and cliffhangers and interesting twists and turns in the tale, and then eventually kind of ease off to an ending. Our stories don't have that. They're not designed to stimulate children. They're designed just to relax them and gently soothe them. And our stories are based all around our characters in this world of Moshi. They're called Moshlings. They're very cute little characters. We have hundreds with their own kind of stories and features, like Nodkins, the bedtime bunny, really cute little bunny, Sleepy Paws, who's a snoozy koala. All of our characters are very gently created for kids to enjoy the narrative, but yet not to scare them. Or there are no themes or narratives in here that are designed to excite them or scare them. It's all very soothing. So, for example, Sleepy Paws' story is about Sleepy Paws journeying through the world of Moshi, trying to find out the best way to get to sleep. And on his journey, he meets all of his snoozy, sleepy friends. And in the end, they all find positive ways of relaxing, calming, and drifting off. And all of our stories have very positive messages like that, that teach children the principles of mindfulness as well, and how to be comfortable within their own space, comfortable with their own thoughts and emotions, to be grateful, to be thankful for friends, gratitude, all of these really positive feelings and emotions. They're all peppered all the way through our stories. They're all set to music, so they're all very soothing and calming, almost lullaby style choruses as well. And they're designed, scientifically designed over 20-25 minutes to sync with the natural rhythms of children as they drift off to sleep. And they're very effective.
And one of the things that I'm a psychotherapist here in LA. I'm a licensed MFT, and I'm the director at the Ed Asner Family Center. And one of the things that I often talk to clients about is it's very important what the last thoughts are as you're drifting off to sleep, like to not watch the news, for adults, to not watch the news, to not engage in things that might be upsetting or listening to things that are going to be jarring, because you're holding those thoughts as you're drifting off to sleep. And so it's very important to have something that's very calming or gratitude or, sensory oriented, where you can just redirect your thoughts and just, as you were talking, I was imagining what Moshiville or the Moshi world would be like, the Moshlings or the rabbit or the koala bear, and then the fur on the koala bear and how soft it might be, or the rabbit fur. So like little things like that sound very calming, and when you think about it, feel calming.
It's exactly that. And as well as stories, we also have, very gentle guided meditations to teach children the basics of mindfulness, and they're very much as you describe. They're guided journeys into the world of Moshi, where our narrators gently describe the environment and have children imagine floating on bubbles above the wonderful environments we have within the world of Moshi, like Lake Neon Soup, a wonderful lake with glowing colors, and children just love allowing those images to wash over them and take them away into a state where they forget about their conscious anxieties and they don't let their subconscious anxieties build up.
Right.
You give them something to focus on without stimulating them that also helps them drift off to sleep. And
it sounds, Rich, like this is kind of targeted for younger guys, but the wonderful part about our community is, I have 30-year-old men who are just as into Thomas the Train as they were when they were 5. So I really think it could really benefit our community because there is no real age limit for this kind of a program. I had 2 questions though. One, because I have kids that I'm very excited about getting this for. One is, does it automatically turn itself off, or does the kid have to then interrupt his gradually falling asleep to turn it off?
Yeah, great question. So the answer is within the app, there are lots of tools to allow parents to manage the content that's playing, or to control it remotely via a Bluetooth speaker. So
Great.
you can create playlists that have certain stories that play back to back for a certain period of time. So if you enjoy having something in the background all night, you can create a playlist that just drifts through your favorite stories and lasts for hours. If you like, you can loop and repeat certain stories time and time again. Kids have a very strong affinity with certain stories. You can control the amount of time that our stories last for. I think in terms of how they're created, I think it's very important to mention that the stories also don't end very abruptly. Over 20, 25 minutes, the narration will slowly disappear and you'll be left with soundscapes in the background and drifting audio that kind of slowly reduce the ambient sound within the room. So children will very often not get to the end of the story, or listeners will very often drift off before the end and they won't notice when they fall asleep. I mean, we joke about it. But
that's the goal.
That's the goal. In many ways, they're the greatest stories that you'll never hear the end of, which frustrates our writers who put so much effort into crafting these wonderful stories.
And what also helps too, I notice that when I do guided meditation or I use particular apps for different reasons, mainly for anxiety or something like needing to calm or to feel that there's safety and everything's okay in the world, for anxiety, that I notice that even when I use them or when I use them with clients, that it might be a 15-minute guided meditation, but the first 5 minutes after repetition of the same guided meditation, the first 5 minutes, I can just relax into it. And then I start to feel less anxiety and I start to feel just that music cue helps me. So as kids can listen to the same stories, they might not need the 20 minutes. They know that what their body's going to go through, and maybe they need the 5 minutes and they're out 5 or 10 minutes.
And I think also because Rich was saying you have that option of putting it on a loop. So many autistic kids, they do want the same repetitive
it feels safe
structure every night. I mean, I know my kids, there's a very specific recipe to the nightly routine. And this is a wonderful thing that would just really seamlessly kind of be added. I guess my biggest question is, how do I get this, Rich?
Right. So the app's available to download for free in the App Store or the Google Play Store. Or if you go to moshisleep.com, you'll find out a lot more information on how to access it. We have lots of free content in the app. If you want to enjoy all of the stories, you can sign up for a free trial. You get access to everything in the app for free. But if you don't want to sign up for a trial, there's still 2 or 3 hours of content that you can sample at no cost.
Awesome.
If you want to subscribe to get new content and new stories every week, then there's a subscription service that sits behind it. But, our goal is to have as many people try it and enjoy it as possible. And, a big volume of our users don't pay us a cent, and that's fine. We want as many people to try it and find a way for the app to help. But ultimately, if there's stories you enjoy, you can subscribe, and every week you get a brand new story to listen to help you with your sleep journey. And I think your question about slightly older members of the community enjoying it. I mean, we have many adults that use Moshi. They play it with their kids, and then they enjoy it for themselves. And also to your question about, changing the behavior and the understanding of feeling more relaxed and children learning how to go through that process quickly. That's a really important part of how Moshi can help change behavior, because it teaches children how to become comfortable in sleep onset and within the routine. And it's a very flexible product that you can use at certain points in the routine that suit you. It could be that you want to try a relaxation and a meditation before bed to kind of calm minds and bring energy levels down, or it could be that you want to use and listen to a story when the lights go out to give children something to listen to in the dark, so they're more comfortable being alone. It's very, very adaptable. But we also have bite-sized little meditations too. In fact, Goldie Hawn recently released a brain break with us, which is like a 5-minute wind down you can listen to, that's designed to be used at any time of day. When your children are upset or they're emotionally charged, it gives them something to listen to and focus on that brings their energy levels down. And that's something that Goldie did specifically with us. That's wonderful. She's got such a great voice. And we all love Goldie Hawn. Her voice is so soothing and she's so calming. So that's for free in the app. I'd highly recommend anyone tuning in to download it and try it, because it's had such a big impact on the lives of millions of people. I really hope it works for your community.
I'm sure it will. And the thing is, and I know that I'm doing it myself, is that, like you said, in this pandemic, in these like crazy times of the last 4 months, parents are trying to just get by each day with, surviving. Mm-hmm. And so we are giving in to things that we know, it's extra iPad time that we know these kids should not be having. And during this time, the kids are missing so much. We feel guilty. It feels to me like Moshi is something that we can give them that will be, a positive at night, but also it's giving in to their electronic lust, so to speak, where they still are getting the stimulation, but not overly stimulated with this YouTube fascination, because in our world, it's all about YouTube videos and this and that. And I'm really excited about this for our family. And I'm really excited to really, help promote this, and hopefully we can help you continue reaching out to other communities, because I know this is really a time that people need this kind of thing for their children, and anything that can help alleviate some of our anxiety right now is so needed. And we really, really thank you for coming on, Rich. It's amazing. And I'm going to sign Eddie up today as soon as we get off.
Well, my pleasure. Look, thank you for coming and for inviting me. And it's the app's called Moshi, Moshi. It's available in the App Store. Just search Moshi Sleep. And during the crisis, we've launched a lot more free content in the app for everyone. So please do try it, and we hope it has a positive impact on the lives of your community.
Thank you so much, Rich. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
And I'm such a big believer in guided meditation too. So one of my go-to things is imagining myself floating in the water in Tahiti. This is my thing.
Go to Tahiti one day.
And the turquoise blue water and the blue sky, and just knowing the sensation of that. So the more repetition you have and you focus on it, I could just think about Tahiti, say that word, and feel a sense of calm.
Completely. But I can't tell you how many people have told me that they're giving in to the kids' iPad even at night, which it was a total no-no. We all know that's not the thing to do. Eddie knows there's a specific amount of time that he can watch the iPad, but he, almost all the kids that we know in our community have phones. To make this part of your nightly ritual is something that you can do for your kids. That's a positive. It's going to help them sleep. They're probably, I'm sure, going to sleep better because their brain is not stimulated with YouTube videos. And it's just, it's a win-win for everyone. And the fact that he is doing this at a cost where everyone can be included. It's wonderful. I'm so glad that we were able to bring Rich on to share that with you. So everyone check out Rich's website.
I think we have it on our show.
We do.
It's listed. There it is.
Yes.
There it goes. Yep. So
Okay.
give it a go.
So now I'm going to turn the tables a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk about something that's very dear to my heart. We had to kind of create a new concept of Camp Ed this summer. It's not Camp Ed like you know it, and it is a pandemic version of summer fun. And we wanted to talk to everyone. I've had a lot of parents writing to me saying, give me some more information. I'm confused. I'm worried. And I am going to bring in the expert in all things Camp Ed. One of our directors, it's our mini camp this summer is going to be run by our two directors, art director Aviva Paskowitz and music director Judy Langdon. And so Judy is here, and she's just going to answer some of the questions that the parents have spoken to me about. And hi, Judy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ooh, I love your background.
Hi, Judy.
So Judy, I was telling our viewers a little bit about our mini camp and that it's not going to be like our regular camp setting. We have to follow the rules and regulations of health and safety. And the main question that most of our viewers in our community are asking is, how do we intend to keep our participants safe at the center for this mini camp, which starts next Monday?
This Monday.
Yes.
It's coming up real quick, and I'm so excited when Navah and Matt really wanted to put something together. We wanted the why are we doing this, and what is music are important in this time frame with change. So that's why we wanted it to be express, don't stress, and let go, and using arts to find ways to cope with everything going on. And I read up and research, because really that's the big thing, is real research, real understanding of how we can remain safe and separate. And I've done a lot of investigating of myself to make sure that child, every adult in this safe. So actually, it helped me because we're like I said before, we're guns, and we're keeping it like guns of this whole program, making it fun, and also working together, that art and music part of it. So we have our cozy, you maybe can't see this because of the color, but the cozy craft cube. So
cozy craft cube.
Adorable.
So you can have the visual here is everyone's going to have their own separate table, as well as those little boxes at the bottom are going to be where they put their stuff, so it stays with them at all times. This can be their lunch they can bring, so everything, making sure that nothing we're serving them, so they keep it themselves if they have food, so they can keep safe, as well as having their own box of materials and essentials. So that would be like markers, highlighters, color pencils, paper. We're even going to make stickers and things like that. And of course, we make our buttons. But we're going to make sure that everything that they need is always with them prior to them coming in. So they're always going to be sanitized after we're done with our mini camp. And so when they come in the next time, so on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they're clean and ready to go, and that they can have their own space. And that's where we're going to tape it off. So we're going to make sure that everything's very visible and something and they can feel like they're in their own cozy craft cube. So they will physically be able to see that those things around them, that's where they need to stay. So unless they need to use the bathroom, that's the only time that we would assist them one at a time. So no one's in the bathroom together. No one's going to be, too close to get together at all times. But then we will always have out so that everyone can relax a little bit and be outdoors and soak in the sun. But doing everything very safe, sanitizing things, making sure things are wiped down, sprayed, and keeping everything, making sure that we are keeping everyone safe with masks, and face shields, and I think I've got everything. But everything they need for every day will be in their cozy craft.
Absolutely. And I think the most important part is we've capped our participants at 8 students. So we are still going to have our 2-to-1 ratio, but we're going to have 8 students We're going to have the 2 directors and 2 assistants, and that's it. You know, we're going to be very, very specific about how many people are within our giant space. We have a multi-purpose space that holds over 400 people. So we're not doing this in a tiny space. So,
and as well as we have the outside area.
We do.
Too.
And I just got off the phone with a mom who said, well, what if my young adult won't wear their mask for 3 hours? Because it's a 3-hour block of programming each day. And I said, well, every 15 minutes or as needed, the kids are going to have an outdoor time. They're going to be escorted with somebody. It's never going to be a situation where somebody's not having fun or uncomfortable. And that's why we're keeping these, we're capping each day with only 8 participants.
Right.
So the main thing is, and we're really working hard to stay within the rules. We are staying within the rules. Let me make that very clear, is that it's a very small group. It's not our regular camp ed. We're going to have many more rules and regulations that we all have to follow to keep our staff safe. All our staff will be tested before the kids walk in. We're going to do temperature checks every day. Everything with entry and exit is going to be done outside of our facility. And it's just, we're really working hard to do this for the community who has spoken and said, look, we're tired of all the virtual learning. We're tired of the computer. We want in-person social interaction, and it's going to be small. Unfortunately, we can't accept everyone because that's the only way we can do this safely. But for this particular strange year, I'm very excited about this camp, and it's going to be amazing. And Judy, if anybody has any questions, I'm going to direct them to you and I. But if you have questions about our mini camp, which is starting this Monday, please reach out to me directly, Navah at edasnerfamilycenter.org.
Yes. And I mean, I'm very excited because we've been closed for quite a while.
Yes.
Our doors have been closed, but we've obviously been offering online content and just really continuing our commitment to the community and our programming and all of our amazing programs here. And we also have available mental health services.
Absolutely.
If anybody needs any extra support, please give us a call or send us an email, and we'll be able to offer you telehealth and hopefully soon in person. But this is really getting our toe back in the water, and so it's very exciting to have camp.
Very exciting.
Back.
And thank you so much, Judy, for everything that you do. And you can tune into Judy every Monday. She has her amazing Mr. Rogers-like music class that's virtual and it's free. So let us know if you have any questions, and
we'll see you next week.
We will. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Judy. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
We know we ask a lot from our patron and support network, and we are always so grateful for your generosity. In these challenging times, it's even harder to raise the funding we need to serve our community and achieve our goals. So we're always looking for new ways to maintain our revenues without adding additional burdens to our supporters. Today, we're excited to share a great opportunity that can really help our community and requires no additional out-of-pocket from you. We've partnered with the Liberty Company Insurance Brokers and their Liberty Cares program. Liberty Cares is simple. You already make monthly payments for your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, or for your business. For every line of insurance you move to Liberty, they will donate 25% of the commissions they receive on your policies back to our cause. And under this special partnership arrangement, that donation will come to us again and again every year you keep your policy with Liberty. Often, you'll be able to move your insurance into this program simply by signing one form. It's that easy. The Liberty Company is one of the nation's largest insurance brokers, and they've won a number of recognitions for their excellent operations and workplace culture, so you can rest assured that you will be well taken care of. If you would like to learn more about how this new partnership with Liberty can help turn your insurance dollars into much-needed funds for our community, please visit libertycompany.com/libertycares, or shoot them an email at libertycares@libertycompany.com. And please be sure to let them know that you're part of our community, so that they will credit the benefit of your policies back to our organization. Your ongoing support is much appreciated, so thank you in advance.